Things that make you say, boom! Jason, J. Boom Leagard here with episode number 3 of Books to Make You, what? Better. Making you better. Yep. Better. Anyways, I don't know what that was about. That just came out of nowhere. Apparently I am not getting enough sleep or something. Maybe it's because I'm wearing my glasses. I don't know. We're trying to have fun. Alright, I got 2 more books for you. Both these books are kind of deal a little bit with my passion for martial arts and having to do with the philosophy of it, etc. This first book, I lost the dust jacket for it. It's called The Unbeatable Man, and this is by Matt Furey. And Matt Furey is a successful online entrepreneur. He's built his own online brand dealing with mainly with fitness and martial arts, and also building an online business. Got a very unique perspective on that and a very unique business model. He translated his success as a collegiate wrestling champion. He was a champion swimmer when he was in his younger years. He went on to win a Kung Fu championship. It's in China, and in a sense, you know, beating them at their own game, which was literally unheard of. This guy, Matt Furey, very much a no bones about it type writer, marketer. He's very in your face. Some people might not even really like what he has to say, just in how he presents it, even though the information I've studied from him is rock solid. So you just gotta take it in, you know, empty your cup, as they say in a lot of different martial art lesson stories. You gotta empty the cup so you can take it in, even if maybe you don't like how the guy presents it. This book is mainly about his journey as a high school wrestler, and you know, how he went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and his desire and his determination, no matter all the obstacles in his way or what anyone else around him was saying. He grew up in Iowa, which is like, they are freaks about wrestling, so it is a big deal. And he fell in love with the sport and the art at an early age. And I'll just read you a little something. This is at the very end of the book, to kind of get you a feel for what he's about. Oh, how I so desperately wanted to prove these people wrong. I would use their comments as fuel to propel me toward my dreams. I would eat their criticism for breakfast and overcome it while I trained. And when I washed the salty sweat from my skin after practice, I would picture seeing these people again one day. I looked forward to the day I could look them in the eyes and say, hey, I have good news to report. I did more than wrestle 1 second of one match for Iowa. I won a national title. And so you can kind of see the intensity of Matt Furey here, and how he writes and how he kind of propelled himself to the position he's reached today. So The Unbeatable Man by Matt Furey, you should be able to pick this up on his website at mattfurey.com. Boom, number 2. This is the Martial Artist Book of 5 Rings. The Book of 5 Rings was written by Miyamoto Musashi, probably the most intense and revered swordsman in Japan's history. He was a samurai warrior, undefeated in Mortal Kombat, and he wrote a book called The Book of 5 Rings, which is about his methods, his strategy in warfare. And this actually became well used in Japanese culture, in the business culture, on translating it over to strategy for business and achieving their success. This one is called The Martial Artist Book of 5 Rings, and Steve Kaufman did this interpretation of it. So he's kind of trying to add his own interpretation of the original work and make it a little more understandable. Really nice book. If you've read the original, I also would pick this one up because it's it flows a little bit better because it's, you know, a little more up to date with the language and how it's presented. I want to read you this one. This one I had highlighted quite a few years ago. A warrior is responsible for his own weapons just as a craftsman is responsible for his own tools. It is simply not possible to get good results without the necessary respect for one's tools or one's weapons. Time must be devoted to training, practicing, and maintaining one's tools or weapons, however gifted a man may be. Each aspect of the craft must be examined over and over again without regard for time and energy spent, whether physically or mentally. The spirit of the thing is what will guide a man to his own greatness. There is no way that can be approached and petitioned for immediate gratification. The universe does not work that way. How could it, and at the same time expect any perfection to develop? So just that little couple paragraphs kind of hopefully gives you an idea of the intensity of this book and the lessons of strategy and how to pursue a craft. Now granted, his craft was swordsmanship, and it wasn't in a martial artist sense of the word of just practicing the craft for the sake of the craft. This was life or death. This was during the time of the samurai, and this was involving duels, one-on-one duels of combat. And in fact, he killed many of his opponents by using the wooden practice sword. He wasn't even using a live blade, and that's what made this man so revered as probably one of the most fearsome warriors in the history of the world. So this is almost one of those martial arts books. Even if you're not into martial arts, I would pick it up. Whether it's this one or the original Book of Five Rings, either one, grab it. So with that, hope you get a little more sense of another one of the passions I have, which is martial arts. The Unbeatable Man, Matt Furey, and The Martial Artist Book of Five Rings by Steve Kaufman. With that, this is Books to Make You Better, Episode 3. And with that, as I said before, you gotta read it to feed it. Boom, boom, yeah, that's right, boom.